Better late than never. It's July, but let's recap May 2026 K-pop comebacks. Let's get into it.
That's my opinion! Don't you get it? Why can't anybody have an opinion but you?
CHOOM by BABYMON. Group comeback. I'm not a big BABYMONSTER fan, but the song is quite catchy. The song is pretty simple, but I still find it to be alright. I'm not obsessed with it though. I do find the chorus enjoyable, however. The dance is fun to watch, but at the same time, it's bizarre to me how Chiquita is still underage, and she's in the center for part of the song doing the twerk move. It's just unnecessary, but how can I be surprised that the music industry is unethical? I really can't at this point. It's to be expected, even though it's sad. She's a great dancer and performer, but I wish they'd just chill out a bit with her image. I love the black leather outfits. The darker styling really suits them, but to be honest, they pull off both cute and badass concepts very well, so I will say that BABYMON is a pretty versatile group, which is refreshing to see. I'm not an Ahyun hater, but I will say her high notes in this song sound ridiculously forced and just way too high. She can sing well and is talented, but it really seems like for every song she is being pushed to go higher and higher, and it's starting to not sound vocally healthy for her. I'm also not that into rap, but Aespa is clearly a great rapper, and her raps don't feel forced into the songs. They easily flow with it. Aespa and WOOAH are my favorite members of BABYMON. One more thing. I think it's clear that Rami will eventually return to BABYMONSTER due to the lyric, "Yeah, I know we 7, but we 8, since they're currently promoting as a 6-member group. Her hiatus for health reasons has been quite long already, since it's already been over a year now, but this lyric makes it clear that she is still part of the group ultimately and will return. Like I said earlier, CHOOM is fun and catchy, but nothing too amazing in my opinion. A solid 8 out of 10 feels justified. Oops by Hyemin. Soloist debut. I'm gonna be frank here. I only found out about this soloist because of her dance videos with Kelly from I Met You and how extremely thin they both are. I had never heard of Hyemin before, and so going into this, I already felt for her because it's very obvious from her Instagram page that there is an ED she's suffering with. And I myself have dealt with EDs, so I get it even though it wasn't that extreme in my case. I don't think things like that should be entirely swept under the rug when it's that severe, and especially because K-pop promotes disordered eating. But let's get into the music. Her voice is very cute and smooth. I enjoy the song a lot and see it as a great springtime song. Oops gets stuck in my head a lot lately. I love her vocal tone, and I'm glad I found out about Hyemin. The music video is so cute and girly, and I love that cheerful tone of the song, focusing on having a crush. To be honest, it reminds me of how I felt when I first saw my husband in college, back when I was 21. I also tend to like songs that I can easily sing along to. Overall, this is so cute and a really great debut song. Oops by Hyemin gets a 10 out of 10. Catch My Breath by Keyveatz. Pre-debut song. I mainly like the singing parts of the song as opposed to the more talking/rapping parts, so half of the song doesn't interest me much. I like the general vibe to the sound, and the music video looks nice, but since it's a pre-debut song, the best is yet to come. So I don't have much to say about Catch My Breath. It's okay. It doesn't do much for me and just doesn't seem very memorable. This is partly why I don't see the point of pre-debut songs, because in my opinion, they're almost always lacking. And to me, whether or not you label it as your debut or not, I'm gonna see whatever song you put out first as your true debut. I like the instrumental a lot for Catch My Breath, but I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 10. Zap by Billlie. Truly, this doesn't seem like a lead single to me. It seems more like an intro song on an album. The rap stands out as the most enjoyable part of the song. The dance is very fun to watch. I mean, it seems pretty complex and energetic. It is a fun song, but it comes across to me as better suited for an interlude rather than a full-length song. Maybe I'm being too nitpicky. Part of me does really enjoy the repetition of Zap in the chorus, but something just feels empty within the song that I can't exactly put my finger on. I don't vibe with it the way that I had hoped. 6 out of 10. Work by Billlie. To me, this is clearly the stronger song, and I'm glad that the song is being heavily promoted now. It really just seems like it would have been stronger as the choice for a lead single. The YouTube comments said that this song was similar to Whiplash by Aespa, which I can definitely agree with. Not accusing anyone of copying, but, just like similar badass vibes. I like the instrumental and the chorus is fun and gives a boss bitch vibe. I don't have anything bad to say about Work. Work gives supermodel runway vibes, as you can see here where they did this runway type of video. And Work is just so enjoyable. This is genuinely leagues better than Zap in my opinion. Work gets a 9.3 out of 10. Dash by VVS. I covered this group in one of my best and worst of K-pop 2025 edition videos, so I'm glad to be mentioning them once again because I really enjoyed what I had listened to previously. Automatically, as the song started playing, I could recognize where the basis of the song came from. Aaliyah. Dash by VVS samples and interpolates More Than a Woman by Aaliyah, which is just a fantastic song. More Than a Woman is definitely a 10 out of 10 song, so it was great to have this as the basis of it. I really did enjoy the music video, but when I was first watching it, I really got the vibe that it was more about yachting, like being a yacht girl. If you know, you know. And that kind of brought up some red flags for me. But as the music video went on, it was very clear that it was more of a heist music video. And the whole point of it is to steal the diamond. And that's why a lot of them are, twirling it in the music video and staring at it and lip syncing with it to the song during the music video. I will say that Brittany, currently the blonde in the group, really slayed the vocals in this song, and she stands out the most to me. But something that really was sad when I looked on the member profile of this group is that they debuted last year as a 6-member group, and for Dash by VVS being released, the music video release in particular, they had 5 members. And so I was really sad in looking at their member profiles to now see that the group is only 4 members. Losing 2 members within the first year of debuting is just not good. It kind of makes me think that perhaps they should look to fill in the gaps with other members, because if one more person leaves, now it's a trio. It kind of makes me question the longevity of the group as well. They are a very different kind of K-pop group, and I know that they're trying to appeal more so to a westernized market and kind of have this R&B rap-inspired flair to them, which I do enjoy. But I will say, it is kind of awkward that the youngest member is born in 2009 and is still a 17-year-old, and they're talking about taking shots of Henny back to back. I do think if you're going to go with this baddie sort of vibe, that you should focus on having older members rather than including underage ones. I didn't really cover that in my first mention of VVS. I kind of held back in that regard, which I sort of regret. I do like this group, but I do really question their longevity since they're already down 2 members within a year, and I also saw that they had a company change as well. So we'll see how it goes. I really did like Dash by VVS though. It's a very catchy song, and again, More Than a Woman by Aaliyah as the basis of this song makes me like it a lot. So I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I do like VVS, and I hope to see more of them in the future, but losing a member right after putting out this music video is just kind of spells trouble. Heavy Serenade by NMIXX. NMIXX's music videos have this special, soft beauty to them that I really adore, even though I'm not a big fan of theirs, and their songs are such a hit or miss for me. I can really appreciate the chorus. It's so beautiful and catchy. I can appreciate also how NMIXX is willing to release songs that aren't as typical of K-pop, and they're more willing to be artistic in their vision as a group, rather than just wanting to be catchy for the sake of being catchy. The music video is beautiful, and it's cool how their videos feature so much nature as well. I don't have anything negative to really say about this. I'd give Heavy Serenade an 8.8 out of 10 because it's not a song that I totally love, but I can really appreciate the beauty in it. ACAI by CORTIS. This song is so unserious, it feels funny even reviewing it, so I'll keep it short. I do like the music video a lot, but as for the actual song, I find it to be their weakest song besides What You Want. ACAI is a B-side from their recent EP, but I just can't get into it. Yes, it's super repetitive and not meant to be super serious, but I find it to be too weak of a song to rate it very well. I love ACAI too, but this song ACAI gets a 4 out of 10. WXW, Wish with W by WOOAH. This song feels like a goodbye, and it might be just that since WOOAH has failed to capture the public's attention. It's a real shame because WOOAH has some great songs, such as WOOAH, Roller Coaster, and Blush, to name a few. I thought that the member Nana would be able to captivate the public enough with her visuals and perhaps a fan cam of hers to then draw more attention to the group, the way that Suki did for Billlie earlier on in their career. Either way, WOOAH is a good group and I will remember their songs. This music video is really bittersweet, but also beautiful. I know I'm saying that word a lot lately, but I say it when I mean it. I give Wish with W a 9.5 out of 10. Starstruck by 50/50. I enjoy that the music video showed a different side to 50/50, a darker one, a more serious one. The main theme of it is a haunted school atmosphere, reminiscent of a horror game like Detention, for example, which I used to play. I enjoyed how the music video told a story, and we got to see the members acting. If I didn't know this group, I would have thought these clips were from a legit horror K-drama. Good chorus and very enjoyable dance performances. I'm happy that I enjoyed another one of their releases. Starstruck gets a 9.6 out of 10. Motto by ITZY. Motto sounds a lot like a typical Japanese comeback for ITZY, but I'm glad they chose it to be a Korean single instead, because sometimes their Japanese comebacks these past few years have been better than their main title track choices. The music video for Motto is just perfect. I've been into ITZY since debut and plan to make a video solely on how popular they were in the first few years of their career. They're still doing well and make great music. I have nothing bad to say about Motto. I liked it so much, I'm giving it a perfect score of 10 out of 10. Long live ITZY. WYLD by TAEYONG. The music video is fantastic, but once it got to the chorus, yikes, what a letdown. I enjoyed hearing him singing as opposed to just rapping, but the la 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 being repeated in the chorus is just grating to listen to. The visuals are great. I love how many looks he had in the music video, but the song is just a letdown, like I said. Overall, WYLD is a 3 out of 10. BUMPA by BIBI. BIBI always makes freaky songs, so the English lyrics of this didn't shock me. I enjoy it. Even though it was a late May release, it definitely serves as a summer-coded release. I love the orange wig she wore for some of this era. I just love her as a performer. I don't have a problem with her singing about wanting it from the back at her age. Boompa means butt, if you're curious. This song is catchy and fun. I really enjoy BIBI as a soloist. She's just great. However, I am going to give this a 7 out of 10 compared to how great her songs typically are. Boompa is just simple summer fun. BOOMPALA by SSERAFIM. I just can't even with this song. I truly hate it. Nobody needed a remake of the Macarena. Nobody. Chaewon was also absent for most of the promotion of this song due to being injured from the headbanging choreo in Celebration. She's my bias, so that lessened the appeal of this song even more. When she's gone, Yeonjin really has to carry this group. SSERAFIM used to be my favorite 4th gen group, but with every release this past year, it's just been okay. I mean, I did like Celebration quite a bit, but I think they could get better songs. And in BOOMPALA, I just can't get into UNCHILD's vocal tone. In any of their songs, really. Some people live for it, but it just sounds bad to me. There's nothing that unique about BOOMPALA nor memorable, except for it being a remake of the Macarena. BOOMPALA was pointless. They can do much better. Sure, the intro is cute and fun to watch, but that's not enough. 4.5 out of 10.
Permission by TAEMIN. Sure, it's catchy, but it's not as good as it could be. I really love most of TAEMIN's work as a soloist, but Permission just seems average in terms of song quality. It just falls flat. But I think that's mainly because TAEMIN set the bar so high for himself by releasing such great songs, such as Criminal, Move, and Advice, to name a few. Permission wasn't even a full-on comeback. It was a digital single, so it's not a big deal, but I give this song a 5.5 out of 10. Energy by UNCHILD. There's more of an experimental feel to this song that I really enjoy. Their debut fell a bit flat for me in terms of the song, but the music video was great. I enjoy how for the song Energy, they still keep the high school club sort of vibe going. This song was the other single they released during debut, rather than a new comeback altogether. I like how this song has a very youthful flair to it, but isn't over the top energy-wise. It's calming, but also invigorating. I enjoy the overall tone to their voices together. I wish more 5th gen groups would utilize hair dye the way this group is. It makes it easier for certain members to stick out and to be told apart from debut. I think it's boring to not play with any of the members' appearance in experimenting with hair, but that's a personal viewpoint of mine. I think self-expression shouldn't be so limited. But anyways, this song Energy gets a 7.5 out of 10. PWLT by KRYSTAL. This really isn't K-pop. It's clearly more K-R&B, but since KRYSTAL's a member of FX, I wanted to include it. The song's title, PWLT, stands for People Wanna Live Together, as sung in the chorus. I love this dreamy sound she has. There's clearly some 70s influence within the instrumental and the method of singing too, and just visually in the music video. It kind of gives this Cher vibe, like Cher's old show. I like really chill songs, so I'm biased to be into the calming vibe, especially after so many of these songs had a very in-your-face vibe to them. Which is fine, but sometimes I just want a calmer sound. I like how it's not super polished sounding either. This was enjoyable, and I'm glad I checked her song out. Overall, I adore the music video being so vintage looking on purpose, and yeah, this was neat. One thing I did notice is that the company she's under never puts the artist in the thumbnail. Every thumbnail is the same. This is a very weird business tactic that likely does more harm than good. It's not like they're a super big company like SM Entertainment, but come on, it's just kind of weird to not show what people would be clicking on. The music video gave 70s cult vibes with the dancing segments. I know I mentioned the 70s a lot, but it was just clearly a visual influence there. And yeah, I like that cult vibe as they're like swaying around in their white dresses. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. Anyways, KRYSTAL gets an 8.5 out of 10. Lost in Proof, Heart of Woman. Almost immediately upon hearing this song, I thought, this is real K-pop. There's almost no English lyrics in this, which I can really appreciate. Some people say, oh, that's Koreaboo, but no, part of enjoying this genre of K-pop is the Korean. Duh. It's not supposed to be regular pop. One thing I will say is there is a clear mixing issue with the music video on YouTube because the volume will increase and decrease by itself, and I noticed that while I was watching with headphones. Just something that the company should try to sort out in the future, but then again, this is their debut. In the comments, I saw someone say their sound is reminiscent of G-Friend, and that explains why I like this sound so much. I'm a huge G-Friend fan, and I miss songs that give off this particular vibe. I think their sound and vibe as a group seems like a mix of G-Friend and WOOAH. I think it was interesting how the music video visually appears like a girl crush / badass vibe, similar to Bang Bang by IVE, their music video. But the actual song, Lost in Proof, gives off very cute and fresh springtime vibes. There is a little bit of a disconnect, in my opinion, with the music video and the actual song that leads to a bit of a clash. But when I make these videos, I'm almost entirely basing my rankings on the actual song and how good it sounds to me or not. I like the acoustic guitar within the instrumental during the more relaxing parts of the song. There's also this overall jazzy feel to Lost in Proof that I really adore, especially with the bits of piano spliced into the song. I was expecting this song to be forgettable, to be honest, but it actually stood out in my opinion. This song really gives bright third-gen K-pop. This is a fantastic debut song, and I love the name of the group as well. I also checked out some of their stage performances, and wow. They're singing live for the most part, and they sound amazing. Heart of Woman deserves to get popular, and I hope they do. Wishing them well. 9.8 out of 10. Great debut.
Lemonade by Aespa. This was a great comeback. Whole Different Animal came out earlier in May, but I plan to make a separate video covering that. As for Lemonade, it's a great summer song. The music video is fantastic, as always, for Aespa, and the choreography is very fun to watch over and over. Winter's fast-paced rap section stands out the most to me, but all the members held their own and shined in this comeback. I love the use of yellow in the background color and on the members' eyeshadow, rather than just wearing yellow clothing for the Lemonade element. The yellow background with everyone as a black silhouette felt very reminiscent of the iPod ads back in the mid to late 2000s. I remember seeing these clips as a kid on the Las Vegas Strip, so it was just super nostalgic to me in the best way. Lemonade is great. I definitely prefer a Whole Different Animal, but my thoughts on that will be in a separate video. Lemonade gets a 9.2 out of 10. Blue Lips by CORTIS. Finally, on to the last song reviewed for my 2026 May recap. I like hearing a different side to CORTIS. Martin originally composed this song during his trainee days, but is credited as the co-writer in this finalized version of the song. This song mainly depicts the feeling of being lost trying to achieve your dream as a trainee, and feeling pained by it, but also not wanting to give up. I really enjoyed the music video and see this as a much better song than ACAI, but to be fair, that wasn't a serious song at all, but Blue Lips is. The members all eventually gather around the pool and stare into it, serving as a metaphor for their future goals as performers, uncertain but possible. I can appreciate the overall sentiment of Blue Lips and how Martin has written multiple songs and has many writing credits within the K-pop industry, even prior to his debut with other groups such as Magnetic by ITZY. Overall, the song offers a softer yet pensive image that is rarer to see of CORTIS. To me, Blue Lips is a 7.3 out of 10. Now on to the May 2026 ranking from worst to best. 20. WYLD by TAEYONG. 19. ACAI by CORTIS. 18. BUMPALA by SSERAFIM. 17. Catch My Breath by Keyveatz. 16. Permission by TAEMIN. 15. Zap by Billlie. 14. BUMPA by BIBI. 13. Blue Lips by CORTIS. 12. Energy by UNCHILD. 11. CHOOM by BABYMONSTER. 10. PWLT by KRYSTAL. 9. Heavy Serenade by NMIXX. 8. Dash by VVS. 7. Lemonade by Aespa. 6. Work by Billlie. 5. WXW Wish with W by WOOAH. 4. Starstruck by 50/50. 3. Lost in Proof by Heart of Woman. 2. Oops by Hyemin. And number 1, Motto by ITZY. Thanks so much for watching if you did. Leave a diamond emoji down below if you made it this far. What were your favorite comebacks of May? What were your least favorite comebacks? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching another Recovering Hedonist video. See you in the next one.